This one for you, Jules. It's a club that didn't win the league nor the Champions League, but they are winning the race for signatures right now. They stole, it seems, Wijnaldum right under the claws of Barcelona. Gigio Donnarumma is set to join on a free transfer. And Achraf Hakimi reported to be leaving Inter, who we know do have to sell, to also be heading over to Paris. And here we have the PSG president, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, on Mbappe's future. He says, I'll be clear, Mbappe is going to stay in Paris. We will never sell him. He will never leave on a free. Mbappe has everything he needs in Paris. Where can he go? What club, in terms of ambition, can compete with PSG today? It seems there's been some unrest as well in Spain with these transfers, with reports like this, with quotes like this. So, Jules, let's talk about it. It's definitely a statement of intent, isn't it, from PSG?
It is. Nasser Al-Khelaifi doesn't often talk, but when he does, usually it's pretty good, and he was good in that interview from L'Equipe. You read the quote about Mbappe, but there were many more quotes that were interesting. One as well that's saying that they will be very active this summer on the transfer market. They will have to sell as well to enable themselves to be very active. But certainly from what we've seen so far, Wijnaldum, although it's a free transfer, as we always say on the show, there's no free transfer. That doesn't exist. You pay a big signing on fee to the players, the agent commission, of course, plus the wages. But still, there's no transfer fee to pay for Wijnaldum. And even if he's 30 years old, it's a very good signing for them, even if they had to make a big offer financially to beat Barcelona for his signing. Gigio Donnarumma is more of an opportunistic one, because that was not really the plan ideally to go for a goalkeeper, but because he's on a free again, and they can loan him out and wait for Keylor Navas to sort of finish his career in Paris, and then Donnarumma is the perfect replacement. That kind of made sense, although I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of deals. And then for Hakimi, it would be very expensive, and he's more of a wing back than a right back, but again, they need someone on that right hand side, and if they can get him for a decent amount of money, I think that would be a very good business again.
Ale, it seems as though they're a little bit concerned, particularly in the Spanish capital. Spanish sports dailies, of course, always have something to say. They've referred to PSG as the terror of the transfer market. Do you think that because of this, because of the financial power that they have, the power is shifting?
It's a financial power that they have, and the financial power that Real Madrid and Barcelona do not have. And that's where it falls apart for Barcelona and for Real Madrid, in that usually when they come to the table, whether it's Barcelona and Real Madrid, if you just put a competitive offer on the table, most players would say, yeah, Barcelona, Real Madrid above PSG. But when PSG comes over the top and says, these guys can't pay you what we can pay you, look, here's the numbers, flat out. Georginio Wijnaldum, this is what you can get with us, this is what you can get with them. And if you're a player and you look at it and they're not competitive offers, regardless of what you may think of Real Madrid and Barcelona and whatever your dreams may have been, if the numbers don't make sense, you say, well, PSG all of a sudden becomes my dream destination. And this is the club where I've always wanted to be. Never mind the Spanish Giants. The Spanish Giants are what they are in name, but right now financially they cannot compete at the elite level.
Is that the reality of modern football then, Stevie?
Absolutely is. I always find it funny when teams like Barcelona, particularly Real Madrid, have they forgotten about the Galacticos? That was just a case of throwing money at everybody and getting all the best players, rounding them up and sticking them in one all-star team. So teams like Real Madrid can't complain about anything that PSG do. And yes, it's absolutely about the money. Because of the owners that PSG have, and of course Manchester City, then even though we've been through a pandemic, they still have money. And so that's just called being unlucky if you're Real Madrid, that you don't have any money. It's called not looking after your finances and your players and making better decisions. The same with Barcelona. That's what this is. Now they know what it's like on the other side.
Yeah, Jan, it's interesting, isn't it? Because that's one thing you would always see. Barcelona and Real Madrid did always seem to be the top choice for so many of the big players. And we're seeing perhaps a shift as we're talking about. And that also points to it with Erling Haaland as well, because it doesn't look as though that's where he's going to end up.
Well, before I come to Haaland, I just want to say that there is a different thing now, because Real Madrid bought David Beckham for around £30 million. Now there are clubs Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, if we take all the clubs, are competing with these clubs who are sponsored by states. And UEFA tried to do the financial fair play. That didn't work. You remember that funeral they have at CAS when that verdict went for Manchester City. So financial fair play, great idea, didn't function at all. That's why it was quite surprisingly that the English club, seeing this, that Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, they are in big trouble financially, and still threw them this silly lifeline called Super League. Because that was what it's all about. That was to get more money to these clubs to survive. And yes, Kay, I agree with you. Now they'll see the other side, and Steve is right. They used to do this as well. As Al said, there is a lot of players will say that Paris is the place you want to play, place you want to be. In terms of Haaland, there is no chance that the Spanish giants, Barcelona, Real Madrid, will come up with the money. We are talking like 130, 140, 150 million euro. So there is no way that he will end up there now as we're speaking this summer.
Where's he going to go, Jan, this player?
Well, what we do know is that Chelsea works very hard to get him to London. He's seen as the missing link. He's seen as the missing player for them going as a title challenger into the next season. And we have to be realistic that the only two clubs who could get him in England would be Manchester City and Chelsea. If Haaland leaving Dortmund, they want to go to a place where they can win titles. And then we just have to see, where can they win titles? Sancho got a gentleman's agreement with Zorc that he can leave this summer if deadline is met, which is supposedly 23rd of July when they go into training camp. Haaland is another story because his clause is efficient next summer. But still, if money comes in, Dortmund has played for 1 year, they played like everybody else without fans, and there is 81 of them, 81,000 every game in Dortmund. So they lost some money too. So it's going to be an interesting summer.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.